What's up, guys? It's your girl LA in LA, and today I'm with Samara.
Hello.
Today we're gonna be talking about how the new school year is gonna go. We kind of want to create some manifestations for ourselves and just kind of reflect on the past 2 years a little bit as well. So we are gonna go to In-N-Out and get some food. So join us on this little mukbang and come eat with us.
Yeah.
We're just gonna unpack our food. Lekem unpacks.
Do you want to reflect on like just life itself? Because I feel like you're in a vibe like you just want to unpack a lot more than just school. I'm reading that right now. But if I'm wrong,
no. I feel like you're right.
I think you have a lot. Like you're trying to figure out what to unpack because your mind is racing.
Yeah, I'm like, where do we
see
start?
it in your face, so
you know me so well. Ooh, did I smell peppers?
Yeah.
Did you put that in there? Or
No, I eat it and then I bite the pepper.
Ooh,
So
I need to try that because is it spicy? How hot?
Not that bad. It's like a good burn. I like my mouth to burn. Like I need my mouth to burn so I know it's like real.
Oh God.
But yeah.
Oh, okay. You know what we can start with? How we met. Let's start with that.
Wow.
Wait.
Orientation
Oh my
group.
God.
But see, Lekem doesn't remember it because
No, I do remember.
I just have to say this, just a preface. We're the only two black girls in our orientation group.
Literally.
But Lekem was like a social butterfly. So she was like chopping it up with literally all the other people in the group. And me, I was just like, I literally.
We're both sociology majors though.
Yeah, no,
so
literally.
We talked about that,
but I'm like, we didn't like connect like that just because I feel like, I don't know, just we were not in the same place at the time. And I think like we connected when we needed to connect, definitely.
Yeah, fact.
But I think it's just funny to look back at pictures, like we're like literally in the same pictures, like same group, we went through the same experience, but like we weren't even like close back then.
Yeah, that's
So, yeah.
wild to think about actually. And then after orientation, we did TLC together, so that was
TLC.
really fun. TLC was a really, really fun time. I'm gonna insert some pictures here. Explain a little bit what TLC was kind of about.
It's a program designed for incoming African American freshmen at LMU. It's designed to kind of acclimate an incoming cohort to college life. They provide us resources. They let us introduce ourselves to the staff, the faculty, the president, the provost. We get to basically get here 2 weeks early and just kind of get a head start into everything LMU. So by the time school starts, we're like literally prepared to just go into classes, like find work if you're interested in employment, different like social orgs and things like that.
Through TLC, we also found our friends because we were there for 3 weeks and we lived together for 3
No
weeks.
choice but to find.
Yeah, we literally had to befriend each other, and I feel like it was both a really great thing and a very also interesting. A lot of teenagers straight out of high school come together and they're just like, it's a lot of hormones in like a 2-floor radius, you know, and it's just
Literally,
like,
and you're together all day, every day. It keeps us, I feel like, bonded forever because we're the only ones who've been through that program with each other.
yeah.
No one can say that they've done that with the same people, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So,
facts. Every class is different and unique in their own way.
I eat like an animal. I put a lot of sauce on my stuff. Just preface that, know who I am as a person and still love me.
How did your freshman year go overall?
In retrospect, it was if I could sum it up, it was a beautiful disaster.
Okay.
It was one of the best experiences of my entire life, just in terms of like the people I've met, the people I hang out with, like the experiences I've had. Like us, like literally first semester, we went out every weekend, Friday and Saturday, like religiously.
And just even the talks that we had, like
Yeah.
everything was just
Like this is like one of the bonds that I really appreciate making it on freshman year, definitely. Like saving grace. I think freshman year is just a year where you're forced to really put a mirror up to yourself and figure out who you are. Honestly, for me personally, that like I had to shatter a lot of the notions or the facades that I thought I had or who I was that conflicted with who I really was, and that in turn led me to being like just lost and just going through depression and things like that, and like having to talk to a therapist and seek help. I was going through all this turmoil internally. Mostly I feel like I kind of internalized a lot of it because just because I didn't like people like worrying about me.
Right.
So I definitely was going through like my internal deep struggles and conflicts, and then going to talk to somebody and like getting that help and like learning the tools to come out on the other side. It's always a journey. Every day is a journey, but like I just think freshman year it was just an amazing experience. It definitely shaped me to be who I am today. I'm definitely like a lot stronger than I thought I was. I'm not a lot like wiser.
a lot of people that I know, a lot of family members have even talked to me about how like freshman year is just such like an integral part of just like growing up and finally realizing, like you said, who you want to be, not just like who you are, who you've been portraying yourself as. And so it's just a very like transitioning period. There's a few of those in your life, and going from high school to college is definitely one of them. I definitely learned a lot freshman year, so much, and it's crazy to even look back now and say sophomore year I've learned more.
Yeah.
Like I talked about it in my blog where I literally like sophomore I learned more things than I did freshman year, because each year you just get older, you get wiser, you get smarter.
I agree totally, but
yeah, you learn more things. Like freshman year I thought I was like, oh my god, I'm done learning, like I figured out who my friends are, like I'm ready to take on the world, sophomore year is gonna be great. And just because like, you know, freshman year was, like you said, like a beautiful disaster, it was like difficult but also great, you just have these expectations for the next year to be even better, but it can also be harder at the same time, and then that makes it difficult, but then you also learn so much more, like I said.
But back to what you're saying about how like you reach sophomore year and you think like I got a hang of things, like I know what I'm doing now, second year around, like I know like I'm not new to this, I'm true to this type shit.
Right, but you're not.
And you're not, because I don't know.
Sophomore year is different from freshman year.
It's so different, and it's different because I don't know what about sophomore year it was, but it was just like such a weird period of time. Because like you're not new, so you're not getting babied, but you're still kind of new, so they kind of care. You know what I mean? They kind of coddle you, but it's like they're grooming you to kind of get your shit together. So like when you come junior year, like there's no excuse. Senior year, it's like you already got it. But I feel like, I don't know, sophomore year I learned a lot about myself. I was definitely more introspective. I think I spent more time being alone, which
I didn't
was
see
necessary.
that much at all sophomore year.
But I was just more trying to really figure out what I want to do, like who I want to be, and kind of just being comfortable being alone with my own energy and my own space, and learning to separate myself from energies that don't do or serve me, if that makes sense. Learning to remove myself from people and places that aren't good for me mentally, emotionally, spiritually. So I feel like I just learned to have my own sanctuary in my own head, and that be it, and be comfortable in that. And I got kind of probably over comfortable because I just literally was fine in my room all the time.
But that's good to know that you could be alone, you know? And like, just make sure you don't isolate yourself like that. But that's the thing. Like, I used to be alone.
It's a fine line.
Like in high school, I feel like I was alone so much. But then in college, freshman year, you're around people 24/7.
Literally.
All the time. And that's something that I feel like I talked about even in my freshman year video last year. And it was great. Like, I love the fact that everyone was around each other. But then you go into sophomore year with the same expectations. But then you're like, I know how to approach it better. And the truth is, sophomore year is so different because not everybody lives in the same area as you. Some people live off campus. Some people live in a different like hallway, or it's a different dorm. Yeah, we lived all over the place. You lived in Hannon and I lived in Levy, so I didn't really see that much. And like, we did make efforts and we saw each other, but it wasn't nearly as much as like freshman year at all. Like, we would see each other practically every day. Literally. Year. At least you were comfortable with being alone. But I feel like sophomore year, what I ended up doing was compensating for that. I was like, oh my god, I'm not around everybody. I'm gonna try to make sure I see everybody that I care about, or try to. And so I just overspread myself everywhere, and I just didn't have time for myself at all. And that was not good for me. That's why I didn't post as much. I didn't have time for myself, let alone for other people, so it just made it difficult to like film and do this and that. But I'm definitely learning now to just like take more time for myself. This summer I've been like obviously posting more, so I'm obviously spending a lot more time by myself, as you can tell, and that's been really good for me. Like, so I agree with what you're saying. On
the flip side of like just being like comfortable being alone, but also just making the effort to see people who like I want to have actual bonds with. I feel like I was challenged to, like, since we weren't living in the same place, like I had to, which I was comfortable and fine with, like having to reach out to people and like be like, let's do this, and then that being reciprocated. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sophomore year you learn people who want to see you, they'll make the effort to see you. Facts. You know what I mean? It was interesting to see who those people were. It's just wild to think like we're gonna be juniors.
Let's talk about the things that we want to manifest for our next year. I don't know, like I have a lot of ideas and goals for the next coming year. I have good vibes. Yeah, it's junior year. It's gonna be a very important one. What do you hope to achieve next year?
Honestly, because I'm changing my major and like just kind of entering this new space.
Oh yeah, tell them what your old major was.
So I was a sociology major and I just switched into communication studies. And with that, I'm like, since I'm literally a junior, I'm like 2 years in a sense behind. So I have to like kind of play catch up. I honestly can't even speak about the entire junior year. I can only speak about just this semester. I want to manifest, I guess, like peace of mind in terms of like not letting school get the best of me, and like manifesting balance and like not letting different schedules take me out of like my routine of alignment, basically. So that's like all I can really think about just right now, just because like it's just so much in my head about next semester. Like, I'm just like really like whirling.
Yeah, it's coming so soon.
It's coming so soon. And of course, like just, of course, like internal goals and just like things I need to work on with myself and the growth I need to still see in myself, but also just learning to be patient with myself. So that's what I want to manifest too, is patience with myself and compassion with myself. I feel like I put so much pressure on myself, and I'm more understanding, patient, and compassionate with other people than I am with myself. So I need to kind of like refocus that.
For me, I feel like one thing I want to manifest for next year is definitely like better time management, because that's something that I feel like I'm getting better at. Like I did meet you at like 3:30 or something.
Yeah.
Like typically I'm like not that good with time. So I'm trying to really get better at that, because my schedule next semester is going to be very based on time. I'm trying to do like a very strict schedule for myself. So I just want to manifest that I get really better at time management, and I feel like I'm already kind of getting there. Another thing I want to manifest for myself is just honestly to be happy. Like I just want to have a happy semester. I know that things will always be, you know, life wouldn't be life if there aren't bumps in the road. So I know that there'll be some bumps, but I just want to be happy overall, because I feel like last semester was really not the best semester for me, and I just want it to be much better, much happier.
You deserve that too. And I feel like you're in a space where you're establishing boundaries to where you can have that happiness. So this quote is like, when you're disciplined, that's when you have the most freedom, because discipline allows you to get things that you need to get done. You have a routine and a schedule or whatever, and then you're open, you're available, and you're open to have these experiences without the pressure. Like back in my mind, oh, I have the paper right, oh, I have this to write, oh, I have this extracurricular to do. You know what I mean? Like you're able to be disciplined enough to have that fun.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And these are all things I learned the hard way.
In fact,
I'm not talking about like I came into college like I already knew. No. These are things I had to like literally crash and burn into the lessons.
And I mean, that's what college is though. It's like learning. So
Yeah.
if you do have to learn those lessons the hard way, learn them.
True.
Like I definitely had to learn some lessons the very, very hard way. And you know, it'd be like that sometimes.
You really have to, yeah.
it really do. Like sometimes you just gotta go through it to realize that you're worth way more than what you're putting up with, and then you can actually get out of it.
Yeah. Which I appreciate, like, especially like for Lekem, like,
girl,
we used to have so many talks just about like the things that were happening, just like life. And like she would foresee everything that was happening. She would know. She'd be so self-aware, but she just like, I'm gonna go through anyway just because.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And that's crazy. That's so funny to think
like,
about. I'm glad that you know that, because I was really self-aware. Like I feel like
people
do think that I'm not, but or that at certain points in my life that I wasn't. But for the most part, I've been pretty aware, just because like I grew up with that voice in my head from my mom. So it's just there's always that voice. But yeah, even my mom knew. Like when my mom and I talked about like all the things that transpired in the past 2 years, she was just like, you knew the mistakes that were being made and you still made them, but you learned, and like now you know to not, because you probably were just testing the waters, being
literally
like trying to see if you could get away with it when you couldn't. Girl, sit down. I just want to say thank you so much to Samara for coming onto my channel and talking to me. I had so much fun.
I know. I want to do this for the longest time.
Yeah, we have not filmed a video together yet, and we literally said that we want to do a mukbang together, like literally when I first created my channel.
Literally.
So here we are, delivering. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you guys liked this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below and let me know.
Subscribe.
And let me know what you thought of this video, and yeah. Bye guys.
Yeah.